Now we want to take this picker to the next level. So when we tap on it, instead of seeing this flat list of items, we want to have a beautiful list of categories with colorful icons. So let's go to app.picker.js. Here we have a flat list to render a bunch of picker items. Now there are two ways to solve this problem. We can go to this component, give it a bunch of styles, we can give it an icon, but there is a problem with this approach. Maybe somewhere else in our app, we want to have a picker with a flat list of items. We don't want to have colorful icons. So we want our application's architecture to be flexible. So I'm going to create a new picker item component. Let's call that category picker item. Now over here, instead of being tightly coupled to this particular component, we want to have the flexibility to determine what kind of picker item should be used to render this list. So we want to give this component a new prop. I'm going to call that picker item component. Look at the naming convention. So the first letter of every word is uppercase. That means we should pass a component here. Okay. Now, back to our list. I'm going to replace picker item with picker item component. With this change, the consumer of the app picker component can specify the type of picker item to use. Okay. Now, to make sure we haven't broken anything, we want to give this prop a default value. So if somewhere we don't specify the type of picker item component, we want to use picker item by default. Okay. Let's save the changes. Let's test our app one more time. I haven't broken anything. I just added a prop, picker item component, and initialize it to picker item. And down below, in our flat list, instead of picker item, we are using this prop, picker item component. Okay. Now we have to go to app form picker component. This is the component that combines our app picker with an error message. So we need to give this component a new prop as well. So picker item component. Now, whatever we get here, we should pass it to our app picker. So here we set picker item component to picker item component. Okay. Now let's save the changes. Okay. All our props are sorted, beautiful. Now finally, let's go to our listing edit screen. Here's where we are using our picker. So let's set picker item component to. Now we need to create a new component. So back in our project, here in the components folder, I'm going to add a new file. Let's call this category picker item. Now here's a function component. For now, I just want to return null. So if we use this component, we're not going to see anything. Okay. Save the changes. Back to our listing edit screen. Here we're going to use category picker item. With this change, when I tap on our category picker, we're not going to see any items in our modal. Take a look. Save. So all the items disappeared. Let's try it one more time. So this verifies that we could successfully specify the type of picker item component. This is what I call flexible architecture. So if you design your components properly, you can always replace them. You can combine them and make more complex components. So we're done with this step. Next, we're going to work on the category picker item component.